Hello there. Today, I want us to write a different body for this particular introduction. Different from the body that we wrote last week. In the last video. If you look at the concluding part of this introduction, you will notice that it says, that day gave birth to a new me. So I want us to write a body that kind of has a connection to these last part of the sentence, of the introductory paragraph. So I want to change the body of the essay. We have the introductory paragraph. Now the body is going to change. All right, I want to write something new. So let's say we are talking about the happiest day of my life being the day that I maybe got married to my wife. So let's change it now so that we can connect it to how it gives birth to the happiest of the new me. So we can connect it to how it gives birth to the new me. All right. So let's see what we can do now. I think we should move this up a bit. All right. So we can start the second paragraph, the body, by saying something like, when my wife came into my life, my wife came into my life, I saw my destiny. I saw my destiny interwoven with hers. I saw my destiny interwoven with hers. Marrying her became my greatest goal. There were many challenges. So it seemed like it was never going to happen. It was never going to happen. Alright, I also want you to take note of my punctuation. For example, look at the last sentence. There were many challenges, comma. So it seemed like it was never going to happen. This kind of sentence is actually a compound sentence. There were many challenges is a main clause. Then there's a conjunction here, a coordinating conjunction. So then it's joining another main clause, which is it seemed like it was never going to happen. So this is actually how you punctuate such a sentence, with a comma before the conjunction, the coordinating conjunction. Anyway, let's continue. My parents rejected her because I was royalty and she wasn't. Wow. My parents rejected her because I was royalty and she wasn't. The more they tried to stop us, the more I wanted her. The more they tried to stop us, the more I wanted her. Okay? But after much pleading and mediations, I think that's cool. But after much pleading and mediations by relations, family members, relations they agreed and immediately set a wedding date. They agreed and immediately set a wedding date. That day of the wedding became the happiest day of my life. Wow, this looks good. So let's look at it. When my wife came into my life, I saw my destiny interwoven with hers. Marrying her became my greatest goal. There were many challenges, so it seemed like it was never going to happen. My parents rejected her because I was royalty and she wasn't. The more they tried to stop us, the more I wanted her. But after much pleading and mediations by relations, they agreed and immediately set a wedding date. That day of the wedding became the happiest day of my life. I think this is a good one, considering the introduction. All right, let's look at the introduction and the body together. All right, can you see it? Let's run through quickly. The happiest day of my life. I have experienced many days in my life. Some days are happy days, while some are sad days. Just like every normal human being, I appreciate and pray to see more happy days. But out of all the happy days, some stand out. In fact, for me, the happiest day of my life is a day I can pay any amount to experience over and over again. That day gave birth to a new me. When my wife came into my life, I saw my destiny interwoven with hers. Marrying her became my greatest goal. There were many challenges, so it seemed like it was never going to happen. My parents rejected her because I was royalty and she wasn't. The more they tried to stop us, the more I wanted her. But after much pleading and mediations by relations, they agreed and immediately set a wedding date. That day of the wedding became the happiest day of my life. I think this is good. I think this is awesome. All right, so you can read these, try to look at how we're doing it, and try to write yours. Awesome. All right, see you in the next video.